What's up, guys? This is Adam from esportsheaven.com, and I'm here with none other than DruggedFox. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Finished my singles and doubles pools and winners, so I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, so with that being said, walk me a little bit through your matches with any challenges, anything noteworthy.
Okay, well, wake up, 10 a.m. pools, first match, ice climbers. I won, but it was scary. Ice climbers are always scary. Second match, ice climbers. Wow. Scary. Winners finals wasn't too hard. Doubles, me and Wizzy beat DJ Moon. Felt pretty good about that, actually. They're a great team. So DJ Moon was definitely my hardest match. Oh, shoutouts to Minty, and he teamed with a Sheik player. They were pretty hard to beat, honestly.
Okay, so it sounds like you've had a pretty good run so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing about you, DruggedFox, I think that I don't want to say everyone in the community is kind of confused about, but you've been switching characters a lot, man. So is it just you feel like you have a bit of a character identity crisis? Do you feel like you're just trying things out? What exactly is going on with that?
I guess what I'll say is I don't know what I want out of the game right now. So when I played Sheik, I sort of stopped having fun when I played her. I didn't have fun when I lost, obviously. I didn't have fun when I won either, though, because I didn't feel like I could play the way I wanted to. So I was like, okay, forget Sheik, gonna play Falco. And then just coincidentally, while I was playing Falco, I was like, my hands feel pretty good. This is a good chance to try Fox again. So that's what it really is. And if my hands hurt again, I'll just go back to Falco or Sheik.
Okay, so is that why you stopped playing Fox in the first place, because your hands were starting to hurt?
Yeah, absolutely. If my hands never started hurting, I would have never quit Fox.
Okay. Now, that's actually something that's been really prevalent in the community lately. People like Hacks, people like Mutant King have been complaining about hand injuries and things like that. What do you do to, I guess, recover from playing for so long? What do you do to prevent the hand pains?
Okay, so first of all, I force myself to take breaks. 2 days a week mandatory, I don't play Smash. I just force myself not to. Even when I play, I take a break every 30 minutes or hour. One thing I like is running warm water on my arms, especially my forearms. Like around here, it loosens everything up a lot. I've been doing some hand stretches. Those help more than I honestly thought they would. So yeah, stretches, running warm water, take lots of breaks. And I make sure not to go too hard, honestly. So I think that one of the things is you get really stressed out easily. So I sort of play at a normal pace, and then if I feel good, I go faster, but I never start off going hard.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It sounds like some really, really good advice. Now, one thing about you, you as you said, you were playing Fox in 2012, then you kind of stopped because of your hand pains. But you've been playing this game for a long time, man. But a lot of people didn't really know about you until, like, I guess you could say this meteoric rise up the ranks, especially on Melee and Ami's ranks. And from what I recall, you said that it was because you had off from school, like you finally graduated, you had all this time. Talk to me a little about that rise and just seeing yourself compete better against all these players that were ranked so much higher above you.
Okay, sure. Well, first of all, mentality is really important, and I can't stress enough, like, being in school and doing a really rigorous program, like, it's so tiring, so exhausting. There's so much stress. Like, just the act of graduating from undergrad just, like, cleared my mind completely. So that was the first step. The second step is I already thought I was pretty good at the game, but one of the big things is not just being good at the game, but being good at the game in tournament. So that's all I really felt I needed to do. I needed to travel, I needed to focus really hard on mentality, and that was it. Also, playing tournament taught me a lot about some of my weaknesses, where I realized, like, even if I play really well in friendlies, maybe I only understood the situation like 80 or 90%. And that one time in tournament where it messed me up, I was like, oh, okay. And it really forced me to push my understanding to be 100% understanding.
Okay. Now, as you have your own blog, right? And you've kind of wrote about how it's changed now that you're a top player, how you're treated and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you feel about it now, especially because, I mean, you were invited to Battle of the Five Gods, man. It is established that you are a top player now. How does that feel now? How do you react to that change?
Well, first of all, it feels awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's awesome that I'm being given so many opportunities as a quote-unquote top player. But one story I always like to tell is, I don't know if you know Envy, the Puff player who beat Ice at Tipped-Off. That was a huge upset, right? And he immediately came to me afterwards, and he was like, dude, everyone's so nice to me now that I beat Ice. Literally the same tournament, the same day, he was like, all these people who've never talked to me, they said hi, they like asked me how I was. So there's a little bit of that. Random people treat you nicer, which is cool. It's just like, I think you could afford that same like courtesy to anyone, but outside of that, like, I really appreciate the opportunities I'm being given as a top player, and it's awesome. And I love meeting all these people who come up and ask me questions, etc.
Right. So you seem like you're a man of the community, you would say, right?
I definitely try to be, like, when I go to tournaments, I try to talk to as many people as I can. I'm not trying to, like, not talk to certain people or something. Like, people come up to me, ask questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure that you're helping out a lot of people. Yeah, you did bring up that you did graduate and you are playing a lot of Melee. So what exactly is like your plan, man? Like, are you trying to go all in like so many of your other fellow players, or are you kind of like putting this on the back burner? What's the plan?
So right now I'm sort of in this limbo where I'm like, I can't tell how big Smash is going to be. So I want to be good enough that if Smash gets big, I can jump on it, but I'm not really relying on it. I did have a computer science degree, so I'm probably looking to either get a job in that or maybe look into some sort of game design. But I really hope Smash gets big. It's getting bigger and bigger, so I'm really hoping that I can jump on that and maybe really make it a full-time thing.
I think that everyone would love to see you become a full-time player, man. Like, people get hyped from your play. Perfect example, Battle of the Five Gods, you versus Axe. I was heartbreaker, edge of my seat. Try to tell me what was going on there.
I honestly, I think the best way to sum it up is after I lost, I don't know if everyone saw, but I threw my controller. People probably thought I was mad, but that was just the pure adrenaline and excitement. Like, if I had won, I would have also, my hands could not physically hold a controller. I can't even explain. I came in with a game plan, and I think I showed, okay, Fox does really well versus Pikachu. I hit edge guards. I hit things people hadn't seen before. But at the same time, playing Axe is scary, man. And that was my first time playing Fox at a national since 2012, so I was freaking out, honestly. I really hope I can have a little more composure with Fox now. That was just too much for me, though, honestly.
And you're going all Fox this tournament, or at least you're going to try to?
I'll absolutely try to. As long as my hands don't hurt, I do want to play Fox. It was a good I have a good bracket to be a Fox main right now, honestly.
Okay, I mean, sounds good, sounds good. So you've been playing all these players, and as you said, you've improved. Everyone's seen it. Do you feel like, okay, if I put in this amount of work, I'm going to get to the top, challenge the big six, or how are you seeing it? Is it just, I'm just trying to constantly improve? What is your, training routine, and what are your goals?
Okay, right now, that's part of my problem. I don't know what I want out of the game, like I said. As far as beating the big six or something, or any of the top players, I feel like it's more mental than how good I am at the actual game. At Five Gods especially, I really felt like all the top 20 players are absolutely incredible at the game. Honestly, I don't think they're really worse than the gods at a lot of things, but one of the things they have over us is mentality and composure and stuff, and that's all I really want to work on. I want to work on playing in these tournaments and not crumbling ever and hitting all the stuff I know I can. And if I can work on that, then I'm not afraid of any of the gods or whoever.
So in your eyes, it's all about the composure, all about trying to find your center and focus on the game, right?
At least at this point, because I've learned enough about the game. I'm good enough at the game itself, and I'm not the only one. I played S2J, played PPU, played Silent Wolf. These are all incredible players, and I'm really confident that if they can bring their A game to a tournament environment, there's no one any of us can't beat.
Now, of course, saying that, it's always easier said than done to say, oh, I got to improve my mental game. What steps do you think that you take to improve your mental game?
Okay, you're right. It's way easier said than done. And the reason I did so well in 2015 is I spent a full year working on it. My biggest advice to anyone is letting go of all your expectations for what's going to happen. I quickly learned, no one is safe in tournament. I think it's a good way to put it is there's no one who has a guaranteed win in tournament, and there's no one who has a guaranteed loss in tournament.
Okay, I think that's a really good mentality, actually. And as you said, you're from the South, from Georgia. Not exactly known for having the biggest Smash scene. What do you think can be done to improve the scene down there?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think one of the issues with a scene like Georgia is we're actually pretty good, but we're not quite at the top. And a big part of that is that we have a lot of players who are all pretty good, but they've been playing for a long time, so it's sort of stale for them. So I think what we need to do is either our good veterans need to really step it up and start traveling and start being motivated, or we need new blood to step in and be like, hey guys, you can't just sit around being sort of stale or whatever. We're going to show you what it's like to really step it up, and then maybe that can motivate the community. So either our old players need to get some new stuff going, or our new players need to rise to the top.
Okay, so it's kind of like a battle between the old and the new at this point.
Definitely. Our new players have a lot of potential, but I mean, it's hard to make up for 7-8 years of experience, right?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Now, you are a top player, and many of your fellow top players have been getting sponsorships. They're getting flown out to these events. They're making this a career. Now, I know you said you didn't want to make this career, or at least you're not sure that you want it, but Have you thought about sponsorship? Is that something that you looked into? Have you received offers? What is that? What's going on with that?
Okay, well, currently I'm sponsored by a South Florida group called TGL, Trail Gaming League, but I would look forward to bigger sponsorship opportunities, and I think if I could secure one, that would motivate me much more in Smash. I know it's sort of backwards because maybe if I was more motivated, I'd get a sponsor more easily, but it's sort of hard for me to want to commit because I'm like, man, maybe I'll go to all these tournaments, I'll start doing really well, and maybe I won't get a sponsor, and then I'm like, well, now what? But I really do, I would love that opportunity. If I did get a big sponsor, I would definitely 100% go so hard on Smash. People wouldn't be ready.
Oh, okay, all right. You heard it here first, man. If he goes full time, it's over. So, all right, we've been talking a lot about Smash. Let's shift gears a little bit. What are you into outside the game, man? What do you do? Who is Sammy and who is DruggedFox?
Okay, well, right now, because I'm sort of forced to go hard on Smash if I want to keep up. Sammy and DruggedFox are very similar people right now, but historically I've done a lot other stuff. I used to play games like Marvel. I'm sure some people know that. I love Marvel. I love fighting games in general. I really do want the opportunity to play traditional fighters more. I think they're incredible. I used to be very into music. I played classical piano for 10, 11 years. It was one of my big things. I would love the opportunity to get back into that, but again, like, it's this thing where Smash gets my hands tired. I have to play a lot to keep up because, like you said, Georgia's not a bad scene, but we're not the best scene. So to keep up with all these other top players, I feel like I have to put in more work on my own time. So that makes it hard to maybe practice piano on my own time because I don't want to hurt my hands even more, etc. So I'm having trouble balancing that, but I guess that's who I am on the side. I have a more fighting game interests and musical interests are my two biggest things.
Okay, it sounds like you have quite the life outside of Smash. Now, it's 2016, I should say. What are your goals by the end of the year? What do you want to achieve? Is it just like I'm gonna win Evo? How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good about this year. My biggest goals are one, get my mentality really under control. Like I don't think I have a bad understanding of what mentality I need, but executing that mentality is very difficult. I mean, I can sit here and tell you, oh, this is what you need to do, but dude, when I'm up there in tournament and I mess up, like I do lose my composure. Like it's hard. So that's something I really want solved by the end of this year. Also, I would love to settle on a main. I preach this all the time, but like I don't think multi-maining is the future at all. I really think playing one character, like let's take Armada. He's done well with Fox Peach, but I'll be honest, I think his Peach has been really lackluster compared to its old form. It's not as clean as it used to be. It's not as fast as it used to be. It misses stuff now. Armada's like the pinnacle of I don't mess this up ever, right? He doesn't have that anymore, and I think that's important. And I think we're starting to see, like, the more people explore, the less clean they're going to play. It's useful to have Fox as a matchup thing, but I really do want to play one character. Maybe, like, a Marthon FD is, like, a reasonable way to stray from that. Like, I won't say that's a bad pick, but in general, I would love to play one character. So I hope either my hands feel good for a long time, or I just hope they start hurting now so I can just... I'm done with Fox. Like, I would at least know what I'm doing.
Okay, man, I don't really think I have anything else to say. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give or words you want to say to your fans? How can your fans follow you?
My fans can follow me either on Twitter or I will be streaming soon, so check me out on Twitch. I've been streaming a bit, and I've had a lot of people say they love my stream, so you guys should come check it out. As far as shout-outs to TGL, shout-outs to all the people I play Smash with, talk about Smash with. Like, if you want to it's all about the community around you, and all my close friends have like been a huge part of how good I am at Smash, and I absolutely love that.
Okay, guys, stay tuned to esports7.com for more coverage of Pound 2016. I'll see you.